Hey, what's up my peoples? MGO here, the freaking geek himself, and it's time to just transform Dreamstar Toys Highdive. So without further ado, let's just transform it. Now to get him into jet mode, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come here to these sections and untab them from either side of his forearms. Untab that. That will allow you to take this whole assembly here and extend this outward. You're going to bring this around. These sections will rotate around. You're going to bring all of this up. And these bits will just clip over his hands, like so, on either side. There are also tabs that sit in right up in here as well. So make sure you line everything up and everything closes up like that, and then this section here will just slide right up. Bring this little panel out, and then you just want to rotate the arm outward and bring that arm up and just leave it there. Second verse, just like the first, just undo these panels, extend all of this out, and then just bring this around. Rotate these sections out so you can bring all this up, and again, just clip all this around the hand, like so. Make sure all that is closed up on either side. Slide that section up, and you have that ready to go. Again, there's this little panel here. You just flip that out, rotate the arm out, and bring that up, like so. Now we're just going to come back here to the backpack. You can just kind of bring these out. You want to untab these sections here from the sides of the nose cone. This side already did it for me. So untab that section, bring that out. The nose cone tabs into the top here, so just pull that up a little bit, just drop that down, and just leave that hanging out like that for now. So now we can come back here to the chest. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take these panels and bring them up. Bring them up so we can open this section up. You're going to bring all this up. Make sure this little section here comes down. Also these sections here, these panels peg into this panel, so undo that. And just bring all that down while bringing this up over his head, like so. You want to open this up here. And the landing gear, you just want to bend it in, and that will just feed through and pop out the other end like that. You can bring that down and get that out of your way. You can bring the head down. You want to turn the head sideways like so. You can then close these panels up, and you can just bring this up right here and close these sections back up, and then you can just rotate all of this up like so. You can just bring that down and leave that like that. And you can bring this section up, make sure the landing gear is down, and then just connect these two panels here. And connect all that like so. You got that sitting like that, and you can bring this landing gear up. It has a little notch for it to sit in. And that's going to sit just like that. So now we're going to come down here to the midsection. You have this bit here. You're going to fold this down. There's another extra little panel that folds out like that. You come here to this silver section. It's a lot of silver sections. But this silver section, and pull all of this out. And just unfold all of this. This upper one will come up and over. And there are little tabs that will go into slots right up in here. So just line that up and pop that in, line it up and tab that in like that. Once you have done that, you can straighten all this up. Oops. Of course, things always fall apart on me when the camera's on. Always, always, always. There we go, get that clip back in. So straighten all this out, and then this section here will come up. You can see there's a little notch cut out for it. So it's just going to sit right in there, like that. Straighten all that out. And that is pretty much how you want that looking right there. There's a little tab that goes into a slot right here. You can see that poking through. You pretty much got it in the right place. So now that we have that done, we can work on his legs. So get the legs transformed. We need to kind of spread his legs out pretty far here. We're going to just bring this section, swing this in, bring this up halfway, just so we can get this landing gear out. And then we can bring this up the rest of the way and then rotate it forward like that. Once we have done that, we can undo this fin here. We want to undo this panel as well. And we're then going to grab this. This is going to unpeg like that. And once you've done that, this whole panel can just flip in like so. And all this is going to flip inside like that. Once you have done that, all of this will rotate to the back. You want to untab this fin here and just kind of bring that down for now. This fin here, just bring that up. You can just kind of bring it up at an angle so you can rotate that in like so. Flip that section up like that. And there you go. And then there's a little tab slot connection right here. Just line that up and that should just drop right in like that. You can bring the tail fin all the way down. There's a little notch for that tab right there. Extend this. And there you go. Now as far as the foot goes, you want to just flip in the heel. You want to push in his toes. Collapse all of this up like that. You can bring the foot up, rotate it out. It's on a little slider also. So just slide it down and that thruster will just peg in right there like that. And there you have that side all done. One more thing we need to do here. We need to bring this crotch panel down like that. There you go. So we have that side all done, and we're going to do the same thing with this side. So again, bring this panel in, just rotate it up halfway, get that landing gear out, bring that up, rotate that in. Then come here, undo this, and undo this. A lot of undoing. Swing that up, swing that panel in, swing this section in, rotate this all to the back, get this fin out of your way, and again, just kind of rotate this halfway so you can just kind of swing it up and then just kind of get into position, flip that up, again, bring that down, and that will tab into place right there. And again, flip in the heel, push in his toes, undo all this, collapse that in, bring the foot up, rotate it, it'll slide down, you can see on that slider there, and then swing that in, and all that will sit right there like that. And again, just get that little side fin in, flip that out, and there you go. And once you have all that done, you just take the two halves and bring it together, and use the various posts and ports, tabs and slots, and everything should just come together. Tab this tail fin together. And there you go. There you got the back end all situated. So now that we have done that, I do always end up with this gap here. I haven't been able to close that up, but there we go. We can get these landing gear just situated like so. So now that we have done that, we can bring the arms down. Now there's a little tab right here that's going to go into this slot right here on the side of his thigh. So you can just line that up and just tab that in, and then this panel here will tab in right there like that. Tab that in. Bring that down. Make sure the little tab goes into the side of his thigh, then tab in that panel to the front here, and make sure these shoulders are brought in all the way, like that. Just make sure everything is situated properly, like so. So once you have done that, you have these panels here. There are posts that are going to go into the back of his shoulders. Just plug those in and plug those in. If they're not quite lined up, just rotate the shoulder out, rotate it in, just adjust it, and you can line that up. There we go. Get all that together, just like that. So we got that going on. So now, take this nose cone section here. This bit is on a double hinge, as you can see, so just straighten all this out. Bring all this up. There's a tab for it right there. You just bring this up and over. Right, before we do that, these little panels here, we also have to unfold. You want to push this one in just enough so you can pop that one out, and then you can bring this one out, and then it's all going to tap together. You kind of have to pull them apart because this tab has to go into a slot in there. Just pop that in like that. Now we can bring all this up and over, and we have tabs right here. They're going to go into these slots right here. Just line all that up, and just get that popped in like that. And like that. Once you've done that, this little section here will flip up and tab right up under that nose cone, like so. And just get all that nice and lined up, and there you go. So we're pretty much at the home stretch here. We just have to work on the wings. So to get the wings all situated here, what we need to do is we're going to take this section, rotate it down. This section will flip out like so, and we'll just leave that as is for now. Wing will rotate out. Get this missile out of the way, bring this down, bring this panel out, just swing all this around like so, and this will just sit in right underneath here, situate right there. You can rotate a little missile down so it sits flush like that, and we can just leave that for now. Do the same thing on the other side. You can just swing that out, swing that in, rotate the swing forward, just kind of straighten it out, bring this panel out, do all this, rotate, swing all this down and around, get all that situated under there like so. You want to get this panel in place first. So just line that up, that'll tab in right there and also tab in right here. Let's get everything lined up. Make sure these panels are sitting flush as well. There we go. That'll sit right there. That will sit right there like that. And then this one will sit right over it. Like so. Gotta make sure these panels are sitting flush right here. If they're not, it'll keep things from lining up. So make sure all that is sitting flush. There we go. Make sure that's sitting nice and flush like that. Bring that up and over. That will clip over that. We'll clip over that like that. Once you've done that, get the wings clipped in right up here like so. Just bring them down. There's a little tab that this panel will sit over like that. Then you just bring that panel down and situate it like so. Same thing here. Just get the little wing section lined up. Tab that in. Bring that down. Push that section down. Push that section in. That'll tab in there like that. And you got your wings set up. And last thing here, just bring up these sections. You want to rotate them in so this tab will face up and that will tab in right there. So just rotate that, bring that up, that will tab in right there, like so. Same thing on the other side. Just bring that up and rotate that in, bring that up, and tab it in like that. And just get everything straightened out. And there you go. There you have Highdive in his jet mode. And now to get him into combine mode, what we're going to do here is first thing is we're going to just undo these, bring them down, Undo these missiles, bring them down, and we're just going to pop all this up. And basically, just undo most of the wings here. So just bring all this up and around, up and over. Just rotate this panel down. This panel always pops off on me. Rotate this panel down just so we can swing all of this up and over like that. There's a little tap slot connection for it there. And just kind of leave all that hanging out like that for now. Same thing on the other side. Just undo all this. Bring this up. Bring that down. And untab all of this. Bring that around. Swing all this around. Let's see, there's a tab slot connection right there. Just tab that in. Leave that like that for now. You're going to then undo these sections here. Bring that out. And rotate this panel in. And you can just bring that down so you can swing this up. That will sit right there. Undo. Again, just kind of bend things down, get things out of your way. And just untab all this. Swing this in and just swing all this up like that. You just kind of leave all that hanging out for now. We can also untab these panels here from the shoulders for now. There we go. And leave that be. So now we need to split the legs. Just split all this like so. Undo the arms from the thighs. Just untap all this. Bring this up. Tap all that. Bring that up. Right now it's just kind of a lot of getting things out of your way. Flip that crotch panel back up. And now we will work on the legs. So what we need to do here is we need to fold this panel in. That will tab in right there. Just fold that up. Just kind of get that out of your way. Untab this section here. And all this will rotate back out to the side. We're pretty much going back into robot mode for the legs. So swing this out. Swing this panel out and around. That'll peg in right there. Like so. And just bring that down. And bring this around. That will tab in right there. Like that. This fin here, fold this down. You just want to take this and just rotate it around so it is sitting. Just have to kind of work your angles here. There we go. Just sit it around so it's sitting like that. And that's how you want that looking. Then you can just tab this fin in right here on the side, like so. And once you've done that, just bring this section out, bring it down, just so you can swing this landing gear back in, like that. Make it bring that up, bring that back where it was. And that is pretty much it for that side. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just flip that in, just kind of flip that up. You can flip this down, untab all of this, like so. Bring this section out, flip this little panel around, swing all this forward, tab that in, plug that into place, like that. And just bring all that in and over. Make sure that this section is sitting over this panel here. And just tab that in like that. Again, just kind of reposition this tail fin here so it's sitting. It's kind of hard to do. There we go. Sitting just like that. Tab that in and just bring the leg out far enough so you can swing this out. Bring that back. Rotate all this in. Swing that landing gear in. Bring that up and back around. And there you go. And now you're just going to just tab all this back together. Okay, just bring these two halves together. Make sure everything clips in. Clip it in. Clip it in. Like that. And that's how you want that looking. So once you have done that, we now have to come up here I'm going to bring all this down, just bring this out, bring that down, flip this little section back in. I'm going to untab this, and then just fold all of this back up. So just fold this back up, untab this top panel here from the sides, bring all that down, and again, just accordion all this back up and push this all right back into the body like that. This is just going to stay out like so, and then you can bring these sections down, tab them back in, tab that back in like that, tab that back in, and tab that back in like so. Make sure the shoulders are sitting flush, and you got that going on. So now we need to come up here, this little panel, well, untab, and just bring that down, and then just take this entire cockpit section here, just untab all of this, and bring that back. That's just going to hang right back here. This little panel will come down and fill in that gap right there. That's just going to stay hanging down like that. And we need to work on this section here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open this up, raise that up a little bit so we can just bring out these panels. These panels are on a double hinge, so make sure you use both of those hinges there to get these panels out as far as they will go. You're going to bring this down. You're going to take the landing gear here, and again, you're going to feed this up through this opening right in here. So just feed that up and out like that, and bring all this down like so. You want the landing gear. This part is kind of hard to show because everything's happening kind of internally, but you basically want to bring all this down. You want the landing gear off to the side like that. That's pretty much how you want that sitting, and then just bring this section up and bring all of this down. Let me readjust here. So you want everything in there pretty much looking like that. And then you can bring all of this down. These panels here will just tab into the sides of his shoulders like that. And you can also tab in that panel here on the back of the shoulder as well. Same thing on the other side. Just kind of line everything up. Tab that in. Tab that in. And there you go. So a bit here you can just bring down like that. This you can just kind of bring up. That'll sit in right there like so. And that's how you want all that looking there. So now that we have done that, we have to do some work here with these little missile sections here. So you want to bring this out, rotate it up. There's a hinge right here. You want to fold the missile up at this hinge. Of course, that little panel always falls off. And there's a tab slot connection right here. And that's just going to tab in right there like that. Bring that in, and that is how you want all that looking right there. Just like that. And second verse, just like the first. The hinge on this side of mine is quite tight. There we go. So do that. And just bring that up and around. And that will just tab in right there onto the side of the arm. Like that. That's how you want that looking. So now we can take the wings, rotate them, bring them up. There's a tab slot connection right here that's going to happen. That will tab in right there. This little panel here that fell off is going to just got to tuck in behind that, like so. And there you have that side all done. So again, just rotate this up, tab slot connection right there. And also bring this little panel down, bring all this down, line all that up. That should tab in right there. Also, these sections of the wing should fold forward like that, like that. And there you go. There you have Highdive in his combined mode. And to get him back into robot mode, first we'll start off with the legs here. So we'll get everything here untabbed, get all this untabbed, and we need to undo all this first. It's going to bring all this down and snap this back in where it was, swing all that around. Again, just untab, bring all that down, snap this back in, all down, tab all this, and get this up and out of the way. There we go. You can tab these panels here also. You can swing those arms out a little bit here. Lots of untabbing. Yeah, I do untab these little panels here as well. Again, I'll free everything up so you can swing all of that out. Now we can split the legs. The legs are pretty much in robot mode now, so you just have to rotate this out, bring that down. For now, you want to take this fin, just rotate it, and then it will swing in and sit right in here, and that will just sit right over it like so. Like that. And that's how you want that looking. As far as the foot goes, you're just going to extend it, rotate it, you're going to slide it down on the slider. Bring it up. You want to bring out his little heel. You want to undo all this. Bring that out. Don't tab it into place just yet, because now you have this tab that's going to go into the slot right here. So just swing that back. That will tab in. And now you can tab in that heel section so it all sits flush. Extend his toe out. And there you have that leg all done. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, just rotate that in. Swing that around. Bring this in. Swing that down, rotate that panel in, and that will sit there like so. Same thing with the foot, just bring that out, make sure it slides back, flip out his heel, make sure you extend all this heel section here. Again, don't tab it into place just yet, we're going to bring that up, make sure that goes into its place, then we can tab in the heel. Then extend his little toes forward. And there we have his legs all done. Now we can get him standing for the rest. So now what we need to do is we need to get his whole chest and head section situated here. So just going to bring this down, get this out of the way. You want to come in here. If you can get these out, you can just get a tool, just kind of poke them up. Boop. Poke those sections up, so you can get that out, swing that out, and then you can get up under here and get his head out, like so. Just swing it around, and you can kind of bring all this up, and you want to bring the landing gear up. It's going to come up and over this section here, so fold this section up. At this point you do want to bring the arms out all the way. This little belly piece here, just going to fold all the way in, and you can bring all this down and bring these panels out. Swing these panels out. Swing these panels out. A lot of panels you have to deal with here. Swing everything out. There we go. Everything will just come down like so. You can collapse this chest piece in like that. Bring these down. Bring that down. These panels do have little posts. I don't know if you'll be able to see them very well, but there are little posts that will go into ports here to connect these two panels together. So you can just post those together. Just bring that back. Again, just post those together and bring all that back like so. And you got his chest all situated. So now I can bring down the arm. You have this extra little shoulder piece here that comes down as well. Rotate the arm forward. Slide this section down. Open this up. Untab all this and just swing it back on that double hinge. All of this will collapse up. This little silver panel will just tuck in right there. You bring all this up and around, and these will tab in on either side right here and right here. And there you have the arm all done. And of course, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just bring the shoulder down, bring down that extra little piece there. Rotate. Again, just get all this. There we go. Get all this situated here. Proper orientation. Open this up. There we go. Open that up. And collapse this back. Make sure the little silver panel is just tucked in. Then swing this back. That will tab in on the one side. Tab in on the other side. And there you have his arms all done. So now, just need to get all this back here in order. So what we need to do here is we need to take this little panel, fold that up, unpeg this. You do need to pull these apart because this panel tabs into this panel here. So pull them apart so you can bring that in and then bring that in like so. And then this nose cone, this section right here, will collapse up on a double hinge. So make sure you just collapse that in like that. This hinge is quite stiff on mine. But there we go. We have a tab slot connection right here. So that's for the jet mode. My apologies. Sorry. I got my modes confused there. But bring that up. What's going to happen here is you're going to have these little tabs that will go into these slots right here. Put that in, and there we go. And that's how you want that working. So now we just have a little bit more tidying up to do. So now these wing sections are going to now tab into this tab, this slot right here, like so. You can bring this section of the wing back. This little section here is going to come up. There is a little tab and a little notch for it to sit in right there, like that. So it sits flush, and then you can just take this and just flip that in, and that will sit like that. Same thing on the other side. You're just going to rock this back so it just sits right here in that slot. Okay, you can bring this back. This little panel here will come up. That will sit into a notch. Flip that forward like so. And these two halves will tab into the sides of the cockpit right there. So you can just bring that in, tab that in, like so. And again, this little panel likes to pop off. You got that all situated, and there you go. There you have Highdive back in robot mode.